Good morning, guys. My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. It is super hot and humid today, and we have a 2021 what is this thing? 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner Limited in for new car prep and ceramic coating. I didn't like any of that. That was crappy. That was a horrible intro. What's up, guys? My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. We have all the fans blowing in here. We have the air conditioning going. It's going to take a few minutes to cool down. We just started on this 2021 Toyota 4Runner. It's in for a new car prep and ceramic coating, and we're also going to use some leather coatings on the inside as well. Nothing on, the full interior, just on the leather and vinyl. Guys, if you're enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. So let's take a look at this thing. Beautiful pearl white paint. It is gorgeous. Love it. And after we dry it, we're going to examine the paint, see what it really needs. But pearl white paint like this is very forgiving. It does have the gloss black wheels though. So, of course, as you saw with our wash process, we used really nice soft cleaning tools. And as far as the cleaner, if you're curious, we put the P&S all-purpose cleaner, about 4-to-1, in our IK foamer, and that's what we use to clean. So very, very foamy, really nice lubrication and cleaning action. That stuff is pretty strong when diluted 4-to-1. And then we use a variety of nice soft tools to wash. So this thing is the what is it called? The Incredibrush. So this is nice and soft, and this is the flat version. You can actually take this microfiber piece off and get replacements for it, which is really cool. So really nice quality build. These are a little pricier, but for soft, delicate wheels, it's worth it. I didn't want to use something like this, which it could be okay. If you foam it up, it's okay. It's safe, but I want to use really nice, soft microfiber. So we used the mitt here. This is one of my favorite wheel mitts, and then of course the Incredibrush, and here's the round version. So for really open spoke wheels, you can use the round version. And like I mentioned, these do come off. They're like Velcroed here, so you can rip that Velcro apart and replace this whole microfiber top, which is pretty cool. As far as everything else that you saw with the wash process, this is our usual wash process and deconning for new car preps. Now you saw that we used the APC rinse. That's very important. If you want to check out the APC rinse, check out the card. Lots of information on that. And then we did use an iron decon. There wasn't a ton of iron, but you could see there was some purple lines. The purple indicates the reaction to iron particles on the paint. It dissolves them, and instead of rinsing it away, you have a couple of different options with iron decons. Once they start having that reaction, let it sit there for a minute or so, depending on, if you're washing out in the sun on a really hot, humid day. We let it sit on there for maybe about a minute until it started to dry in certain areas, and then we foamed right over it. Instead of rinsing it, you could rinse it, but we foamed right over it because by that point, the reaction is done and it's okay. You can actually agitate that with a wash mitt if you wanted to. They are designed to do that. but we just foamed right over it and began with a contact wash, and then we used the clay mitt. Really, the clay mitt didn't pick up anything. It was so clean, so smooth. We didn't have to go aggressive at all. So now that everything is bone dry, we are going to examine the paint, see what it needs, and I've already kind of worked out a plan here. We're going to be using the CarPro products. So we're going to be using CarPro Essence to polish, and then we're going to coat it with CarPro Sea Quartz. Why am I going to go with that instead of any of the G-Technic stuff? Just because I have it. This is actually the last bottle that I have, and it's the last bottle of Gliss that I have. I'm not necessarily going to top it with Gliss. I'm not sure. I'm just going to see. You know, I think I do have enough of this. I already used this to coat one vehicle. Look how much I used. Yeah, I think it was a small vehicle. So this will be plenty for this vehicle. This is only a 30 ml bottle, and that was probably about 10 mils, roughly, that I coated that other vehicle with. So I have plenty for this vehicle. How do I end up with still so much? I don't know. Maybe it's my technique. I don't use any coating savers. So you'll see the application, but basically I'm very mindful of how much product I'm using on the paint and also the application. So you'll see that. And this stuff acts as the primer. Now, this is an interesting product because if allowed enough cure time, 24-hour cure time, you can coat without a panel wipe at all. But I don't have that much time. I don't have 3 days, you know, for this. I'm not going to polish it and then wait 24 hours and then coat it and then wait another 24 hours. I don't have time for that. So if you don't have time, you can just go ahead and do a panel wipe right after that. So I have a little bit of CarPro Eraser here left. You can use any panel wipe, but I still have some of this left. So that's what I'm going to use. And very light wipe down after I use this. Not a heavy wipe down, just very light. And that's all you need. So let's examine the paint. Like I said before, the pearl is very forgiving, but I did spot a few little imperfections here, like these little spots here. There's going to be a few things here and there that the polish will easily take care of, not a problem. But as we look down the side of the vehicle, usually it'll get worse down here. Wow, it's not bad at all. Very nice. We don't have to worry about pillars. Those are already plastic, so we'll coat that with the plastic coating. But if we do see anything that needs extra work, maybe a little extra compounding, then we'll bring you in and show you. But I'm really not seeing much. As we look around the vehicle, I'm not seeing much at all. So that's awesome. We do have the beautiful, it's actually a pearl blue. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. So we will polish that, even though it's really not bad at all. We do have the pearl blue down here also. Now that, you can see, has a little bit of swirls, but that should polish out pretty easy. And that is down here as well. I don't know why they went with pearl down here like this, a pearl black. That was kind of dumb. They should have just made it all white, but whatever. As we look up here, really not bad. All right, so let's get to polishing. And again, when we get to those areas that need a little bit extra attention, like definitely these, we'll show you some of that, but let's get to polishing. And as you can see, it dries to a nice matte finish. If you need to wipe off any residual residue, you can do that with just a nice dry towel, but no greasiness at all. It just feels nice and factory fresh. That's pretty awesome. So we're applying that to all of the leather and the plastic, the door panels, and all of that. So really nice stuff. Now you also notice that we had to go a little bit more aggressive down here. We had to use the CarPro Fixer, which is a medium duty compound with the orange pad, and then use CarPro Essence to polish it. So it did a really good job of polishing that black metallic blue paint down here. So that looks much better. It cleared up a little bit. Still has some deep scratches, but I'm not going to attack those. I just wanted to clear it up and make it look better. But now I'm going to polish the windshield with CarPro Ceraglass and the felt pad. We're going to deep clean the windshield and then coat it. The 4Runner is pretty much done. We are just cleaning the glass inside and out, and we're going to apply just a spray glass sealant on the rest of the glass, but the windshield has been coated. All of the paint and plastic and wheel faces have been coated, tires dressed. This thing is looking beautiful. These 4Runners are beefy. You notice we're using our little cart here. This is the coating caddy from Beads Racks, and he really designed this really well. I really like this design. It can hold the different size bottles here. I just have these little 30 ml bottles, but it can hold the 50 ml bottles also. I wish it did have like a spot for a square bottle, but not a lot of companies make square bottles anyway. They're mostly these 30 ml and 50 ml size bottles. But even if you had a square bottle or a bottle didn't fit in here, you have this large platform. So this thing is not tipping, it's not going anywhere. And even if you move this around, the bottles stay right on the metal here. So even if they're not in their little holder, they still stay put on the metal, which is great. So really nice design. I love this. I use this now with this little cart and go around coating the vehicle. So for the paint, we used CarPro Sea Quartz UK Edition 3.0, and look how much I have left. Just enough to do maybe like, I don't know, half a vehicle or so, maybe even less, but not bad. So when it comes to our technique and the applicators that we use, they're not coating savers. They're just regular little round blue applicators, and I'm not one to drench the pad every single time. If you notice, I'll just put a little line or two, and that's it. Once the pad is primed, there's enough material on there, it's going to keep applying. So you don't have to douse that pad with so much product. So just a little line, and then you can coat a panel or half a panel, whichever you want to do. For this, I was actually coating full doors. So the driver door, I would do the whole thing, the back door, the whole thing, the whole fender. I cut the hood into sections. But the rest of it, I was able to do full panels, and I can fly that way. I can go very, very quick, and very easy coating to deal with. So we still have plenty left in the bottle. So with this bottle, I was able to do maybe 2 1/4 vehicles. I have just a little left to maybe do a little bit more. So we use C5 wheel armor on the wheels, C4 trim restore on all of the plastics. Now it says trim restore, but this is a ceramic coating for trim. Even really grayed out, faded plastic trim, it will restore it, and then it will protect it for up to 2 years. Same with the wheels. I think this wheel coating is rated up to 2 years, and this coating is 18 to 24 months. So again, up to 2 years. Depends how it's maintained. If it's maintained properly, washing it by hand and topping it with some sort of topper, then you'll be good for up to that 2-year mark. And I've seen it go past the 2-year mark on other vehicles, so I know that it does get that durability. But again, that's if it's properly maintained. But as we look around, again, the paint, not much to show because it was in such good condition, but any of those other little marks, they came out. There's little tiny swirls and things here and there if you really search for them, but you can't find them unless you are really nitpicking and you have a light like this and all these other lights, and you really search for it, then you'll probably find something. But other than that, it is looking great. And look at the wheels, beautiful. And yes, they are a little swirled because they're black gloss wheels, but that's just what you have to deal with, unfortunately. Once again, interior looks beautiful. I'm not going to do a whole vacuum and wipe down and everything. I was just concentrating on the plastics and the leather. That's all he requested. It is time now for a coffee break. Yes. Who else likes coffee? I know this isn't ideal. This is just a quick, easy way. I'd rather brew my own and either have it hot or iced, but in a pinch, this will do. Good stuff. All right, guys, that's what is going on with my hair. Ugh. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. This 4Runner is done, and it's time for a break. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. And if you're interested in any of the products or the tools that we've used, then check out the links down below. They'll be in the description. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And I'll see you guys later. Have a great week. Do you like sunroofs?
Hate them.
You what?